What's up, everybody? And I'm here to give you a simple breakdown about how to choose your first racket or buy a tennis racket. So if you're out there wondering about tennis and you're kind of wondering like, okay, what should I do? Where should I go? And how much does a tennis racket cost? Well, I'm here to tell you that today. So I'm going to just tell you about three things. So the different parts of the racket, and then I'm going to tell you about your grip size, basically like how big you want the racket to be. And then also I'm going to tell you about cost. How much does a tennis racket cost, and then, where do I buy a racket, or where can I buy a racket? All right, so I'm going to describe to you the different parts of the racket. So you have the frame, okay? These are the strings, or the face. This is called the throat of the racket. It's like I can put it on my throat, and then this part that you can either call it the handle, or in tennis like they call it the grip. And then the bottom of the racket is called your butt cap. So for fun, I can put it on my butt. Anyway, so here is now a basic breakdown of how to choose your grip size. So here's the most simplest way. So if you put your hand around the tennis racket, and if you can fit your index finger in between, okay, that's how you know you have a good grip size. Okay, and then I'm just going to take this kid's racket. So if you look at this racket, you can kind of see, my thumb reaches around my fingers, and I could really almost squeeze my whole hand. Let me show you with this even smaller one. I can squeeze my whole hand around it, and obviously I can't fit anything, which just means I'm too big. I can use, these rackets. I just can't. It just won't feel as effective as if I were to play with a regular adult size racket. And then I'm going to show you kind of the complicated way for how to find your grip. So you got to put your fingers together in your hand, and this is the crease of my hand, or that horizontal line. And then you can just take a simple ruler, and I'm going to start from that crease and then go all the way right to my ring finger. So now, sorry, not my nail. Sorry about my nail, but so I don't know if you can see it. It's right under 4.5 inches, and that would be my grip size. Okay, and then when it comes to grip size, I don't know if you can see it, but when people make tennis rackets, they like to put that number right under the bottom of the butt cap. So this one says 4 1/4. And all that number means it's exactly how I measure it on the ruler. Because in the United States, they like to measure grip size in inches. If you're a woman, most women use a grip size of like 4 1/4 or 4 1/8. And most men are usually around 4 3/8. So I'm going to show you my grip size on this racket here. I don't know if you can tell, and it's kind of hard to tell. This one's 4 1/4, and then this one is 4 3/8. And that's that about grip size. Okay, so let's talk about cost. So I would say if you are a first-time tennis player or just want to have fun with it, buy a racket like this. Why? Because it's a recreational, or I like to call it a recreational tennis racket. It's good for beginners. It's cheap. Especially the material. This is made of aluminum, and it only costs around $40. And then it just varies, online. If you go to Amazon or if you buy it somewhere online, I would say if you go to Target, Big Five, Dick's Sporting Goods, or any other sporting goods store, you can definitely buy a racket similar in price. Oh, or even Walmart. So, all right. So for all you tennis players that want to play 5 days a week and 2 hours every day, you're that go-getter, you need to buy rackets like these. These are high-performance tennis rackets. Why? Because the material is made of carbon fiber or different hybrids of metals, and it will pretty much last you for maybe even 10, 20 years. Or for that. But yeah, so that's just the basic breakdown of, tennis rackets. And if you're looking to buy a tennis racket, you don't always have to go and buy one that's between $100 and $300. Only if you want to. Again, if you just want to have fun and play with your family, your friends, or maybe play once a week, I do recommend, buying this racket. All right, so subscribe to my channel, Fresno Tennis Practice, and that's also my Instagram, Fresno_tennis_practice, and then my Facebook page, Fresno Tennis Practice. If you have any questions about the rackets that I showed you here, okay, I will put the pricing, the names, and the details, and please feel free to send me any comments or feedback.